because usually it doesn't. And I see the go live button. Should we do it? Going live, bitches. I think it's live. Did I just say it out loud? Is this on the... I think so. Hey, everyone. Hello there. All right, I've been trying to get the stream up and going the whole morning. I finally managed to get enough quality time to myself to get this started right now. Are we live? Check 1, 2. I think we are. You know, I tried doing this. Yeah, we're live. Here we go. David Do says I'm live. All right, then I'm live. Hey, everyone. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Okay. Let me just get this out. Telling everyone in chat that we are now live so they can behave themselves.
Where he's like, firebolt, firebolt.
Hey, chat. We're live.
I'm alive!
Huzzah.
We're going to start off with a recap of what some wonderful gaming journalists had to say about Starbase. So I got to mute here and just pay attention to the stream for a sec, but we'll come back to voice in a bit if you guys want to discuss something.
Guys, I just would like to say good night to everyone because I'm going as well.
Good night, Chuck, mate.
You that it was like was a pleasure and an honor to be here, and I'm looking forward to speak with you guys again. Okay.
Yeah, drop by anytime. Good to have you.
Okay, love you. Bye-bye.
We had a number of Italian speakers come in and join us in chat today. As always, guys, our chat is open. Feel free to drop by and chat anytime. Or you guys from other organizations, more than welcome to drop in and have a chat. Grief246, how you doing? Rick Bearcat, welcome. Eric Hehimizel, welcome. Hehim. Am I pronouncing that right, Eric? Scott, how you doing? So, guys, I thought we would... I was watching some YouTube videos, and I came across a gem of a video that is... essentially, it's a fallout from the Forbes video. They're going on about, again, everything Forbes said without fact-checking one single thing. So I thought we'd take a look at that, and then maybe we'll talk about some live video, the customizations which came out. Is Montoya live on Twitch or YouTube? Just YouTube. You know what? I know some people stream between Twitch and YouTube, but I don't really use Twitch for much. So I thought maybe we'll focus on one platform. So we'll just do YouTube for now. How's that sound, guys? Hey, Mark, where are you from? Hey, Montoya, you heard of the newly announced game called Starbase? Color Run? I don't think so. Actually, someone was talking about it in chat the other day, but I did not actually follow up on that. Starbase featured video by Frozen Byte Games. Is it worth taking a look at? You know what? Let's take a look right now.
Hello, everyone.
Let's do this. I do
Hello,
recall several people talking about it in chat. What is Starbase? Let's take a look.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first Starbase feature introduction video. This video's topic of discussion is everyone's favorite: destruction. We believe that you deserve to not only be able to see the things you've created in detail, but also the destruction you've caused.
Okay.
Starbase uses a hybrid of vertex and voxel technology.
That's some cool looking voxel tech.
In a more realistic level of detail.
Am I on the right thing? Is this a video I should be looking at? Yeah? Eric's saying I did pronounce it right. He, him? Okay, I got it. Yeah? Rick Baycat says prefers Twitch. Yeah, right. Rick Baycat, I know Twitch is a bigger platform to stream on, but I guess I can stream on both. There's ways set up to hit both at the same time. Well, let me try YouTube for a bit, and I guess if needed, I can always switch over, right? Andy, how you doing? Yes, Andy, you're looking good too. Thank you. Mark living in Germany. Ah, all right. From Nigeria originally. I see. Gotcha. YouTube has far less of the buffering that plagues Twitch. Actually, I don't have much buffering in Twitch. Maybe it's your interconnection. Starbase looks interesting. Yeah, let's look at Starbase here. What is this?
This means that you can damage objects exactly the way you want to, whether it be, for instance, shooting it full of holes.
Okay. Is this an MMO or is it single player or a mix?
Through layers of plating. As can be seen here,
Yeah, voxel tech is definitely interesting. That's impressive. That's good damage. This must be single player.
Another type of damage called fracture damage. This can be seen here, where the damaged object gets broken up into many pieces. The type of damage caused depends on
Well, that's pretty good.
factors, such as
So what is this game about?
or the material of
Guess what, the announcement trailer maybe? That should help us, right? Let's mute the music. Pre-alpha. A hybrid voxel vertex-based MMO. Oh, it is an MMO. In an expanding universe. Steam Early Access. Really? Okay, so... Oh, wait, I have seen this. And there's robots and you fight the other robots. Yeah, that looks impressive. I would be interested in trying this out. Yes, I have seen this. Yeah, that does look pretty impressive. Is it out right now? Trailer right now. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely give that a look. But what I want to start off with today, guys, is a gem of an article coming to us from... Holy crap, the sun is bright through this window. Let me fix the light here for a second. I'm not that white, am I? Let's see. No. Dot setting. There we go. Bingo. Yeah, so the light, I'm facing west, so the sun's going down. It's coming through my window over there. That should fix it for now. How's it look? Good? Yeah, that's better. That's more my natural color. How's that? Good? There we go. Yeah, so great article here. Or rather, it's a journalist in the video saying, Star Citizen needs a publisher. 1 second, doorbell's ringing. Give me a sec. Just in time. My Amazon purchase. Let's see. I like when you buy stuff from Amazon and then you forget what you got. Sexy Geek saying I always look good. Why, thank you, Sexy Geek. You know it. You know it, right? You too. What is it? Oh, rechargeable batteries. Can you see my Quest back there? All right. I got the Oculus Quest, if you follow my videos from last week. I picked it up last week, and I've been flying through the batteries in the controller. So Amazon Basics, apparently, their no-name brand, well, the Amazon Basics brand, apparently these rechargeables are good. So I need to pick that up. And I needed to get a glass screen protector for my phone because a slight hairline crack starting to show up. Can you see that crack? That's only going to spread. See that tiny crack below the camera? Yeah, that's only going to get worse with time. So I thought I'd be smart and get a new protective glass ahead of that cracking all the way down my screen. I love Amazon. And this was like next day shipping too. Amazing. I just ordered last night. Spectacular. Mike McCarthy, $1. Thank you very much, sir. That paid for a quarter of what these batteries cost. August, dildos unwrapped on stream. Show. What happens if I click show? Nothing? No. No, August, I didn't get your quest. Yeah, your gift. Thank you. Sexy Geek, you got a quest too. How good is it, right? Yeah. Oh, and I just picked up magnetic Can I pull it over here? No, I can't, but I've got, I picked these up too. These are great. So, you know, each time you finish playing with your Quest, you want to go charge it up. And I saw a couple of people on the Oculus Quest subreddit using these to make it easier just to plug in. So what you get is, it's a magnetic charging cable. So this one is the right angle one. Here's the connector. This piece goes into your phone, or into the Quest or whatever, and just snaps right on. So when you want to charge it, all you do is just slap this cable on, and it charges. You have to actually push it into the slot itself. There's a couple of different connectors. This one is USB, the micro USB, but there's USB-C, and there's connectors for your iPhone too. So yeah, very cool product, and it's got an LED light, so if it's dark at night, you can see what you're doing. Very cool, definitely worth the money. I think it was 18 bucks, not cheap, but definitely all right. My mic is a bit loud. Yeah, let me see. Taking gain down to 50%. Mic check 1 2. Mic check. Mic gain check 1 2. How's that? Better? Mitch, let me know. You know what? Let's push you to 75%. That should be better, right? Yeah. Okay, so we've spoken about the Quest. I've shown you my cables. I've shown you my new rechargeable batteries from Amazon Basics. And I've explained why I got the glass protector for my phone. All right, we're done, guys. Thank you for joining me. It's been a pleasure. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I've taken to using the Anker USB-C 10 cable. Yeah. I've seen a lot of people actually use Velcro ties to strap the batteries on. I've actually got my battery pack right over there too. It's also the 10,000 one, but I haven't used it yet. Sound is good. Scott says, you sound very handsome and strong. Absolutely, Scott, you know it. I am the most handsome and strongest of all org leaders in Star Citizen, which is why you all here. You know it? Are you going to criticize Inside Gaming's video? Contraband, no. Why would I criticize the video? Well, actually, let's take a look at this together, guys, because they're a bit late to the party. And just from the thumbnail itself and the title, Star Citizen needs a publisher. I usually don't click on these videos. I've never actually seen anything from Inside Gaming before, but I'm thinking, why would a channel, 1.4 million subs, that obviously caters to gamers, be telling them that they need a publisher for gaming when they know the strong sentiment that gamers have against publishers, what EA does and what Activision does, and why would they that's confusing from the get-go. So I said, I have to see what they have to say now. So let's see what they have to say. Everyone ready for this? See, I told you in response to the vanity comments. Yeah, guys, if you want to get my attention, put @Montoya. Because that does catch my eye as it scrolls up, right? Alright, so here we go. A channel called Inside Gaming, May 27th, so a couple of days ago, a bit late, but all they're gonna do is essentially repeat word for word every single thing that the Forbes article said. Now, don't be too harsh and blame them, because all these guys do, the two presenters, is they read from a teleprompter. I highly doubt they went and did their own research. I highly doubt either of them has ever played Star Citizen. But this is content for a channel. They woke up in the morning, they went to work, they said, guys, okay, we've got a story. It's a game called Star Citizen. I'm going to put up on a teleprompter. You go and read us. That's essentially what they're going to be doing here. So you can't be mad at them. But the thing is, someone has sit down and write the script for them to say, this is the script of what we're doing. And no one bothered to actually look any further than the Forbes article. And to be honest, you know, I think we're all guilty of it, that we all read articles online and just take it for what they say. So, more so, I'm just interested in showing you that this is the fallout of the Forbes article, that not only Inside Games here, but almost every single YouTube channel I follow went and simply repeated exactly what the Forbes article had said without digging any deeper. We can't blame them, because how many times do you read an article about a game that you don't really know much about and then go research it? You don't. So we can't blame for that. But let's take a look at what they say. You guys ready? Let's roll. Let's do this.
Whew. Hey everyone, welcome to Inside Gaming Memorial Daily. It's Clap Monday though. Hey, Hey, out
What's this
there,
sound?
all you memorializers tonight.
All you memorializes? What the shit? What's he saying? I don't think he knows what. Well, she has an accent. I think she's either Australian or maybe from the UK. He's American. So I don't know why he would not be fumbling around with Memorial Day, calling people memorializers. What's that about, right? If they really want inside gaming, they'll play Star Citizen. Colorado. Yeah, but come on, Colorado. Who the hell wants to play this game? Apparently they're out of money. It's going to go bankrupt any day now, right? Let's go.
Memorial Day for soldiers.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, embarrassing.
That's right.
Is Memorial Day for soldiers. All right. That kind of bothered me because, well, I grew up in South Africa, and I lived in Canada, and I live in the States now. I know what Memorial Day is. I know what Veterans Day is. And I know what Armed Forces Day is. These are three separate things. To claim you don't know what Memorial Day is when you give remembrance to those who did not come home. Veterans Day is when you give thanks to those who served. Armed Forces Day is for those who are currently serving. You all know that, right? He doesn't seem to know that. Surprising. Let's go.
Thank you for your service, and thank you to all the barbecue grill dads out there who are burning chicken as we speak.
It was really just my training. I'm no hero.
So I'm no hero
Memorial Day is not about barbecuing. Okay,
either,
let's
and
go.
neither is Chris Roberts or anyone that put money into Star Citizen.
Okay. He's not a hero, but neither is Chris Roberts and everyone who put money into this game. Do you get that? This bugs me to no end, all right? Let's play that again.
Training. I'm no hero.
So I'm no hero either, and neither is Chris Roberts or anyone that put money into Star Citizen, apparently, because that's what we're talking about today.
All right. Everyone who does back Star Citizen is a damn hero because the backers of Star Citizen are people that are fed up with the current range of games. People who back Star Citizen are not interested in the next Call of Duty. Actually, no, Call of Duty looks kind of cool. But Call of Duty is Call of Duty. There's nothing new. So maybe the story is different. There's nothing new about it. The next Battlefield, the next Battlefront, the next FIFA. There's nothing new out there in the world. Name for me one game that has come out in the recent years which has been completely different from anything else out there. It doesn't exist, right? I'll wait for chat to catch up to me. What game is there out in the past couple of years that is completely different, set new standards, just completely push the boundaries of what we have? There is none. That's why us guys and girls backing Star Citizen, and interestingly enough, we're just talking about this in chat and Discord also, the average age of a backer that I've seen from looking at the stats in my YouTube channel and just from asking around also on Reddit, the average age is in the mid-30s. So mid-30s on into the 40s is what the age group are for people who've backed Star Citizen, because A, these are people who have the funds to back this game and are helpful and just happy to fund it, and B, people my age are just sick and tired of the normal boring games out there. No Man's Sky, okay, I'll give you that. That was kind of unique. Death Stranding in November. Okay, look, Death Stranding, good story, but what is there in Death Stranding that is pushing the boundaries as far as technology goes, as far as what gaming can do? I have no doubt Death Stranding is going to have a wonderful storyline, but what else is there? Graphics are fine, but what else is there? And, yeah, well, completely different, no new boundaries, maybe story. Yeah, look, Red Dead Redemption, you got to give them that. Storyline, amazing graphics, yes, but what is there in Red Dead that is new, that is pushing the boundaries? And the truth is, there's nothing there. Star Citizen is the game that has come out and saying, we are doing this. There's entire planets. No loading screens. Fly from this planet to that planet, that space station, wherever you want. There's no game which does that. And there's plenty, the scope of the game, which everyone complains about, is the reason why we back this game. But anyway, if you've backed this game, you are no hero. Now, the irony is that the people who back Star Citizen are sick and tired of what EA and Activision, all these publishers are putting out, and they simply want something new, something that pushes the boundaries. So I find it strange that the gaming community there's kind of a push and pull where some gamers are against Star Citizen, but the people backing Star Citizen are gamers who simply said to themselves, we want something different. And we're putting our money down to get something different out there. So it's frustrating when you get this guy, the Chin, and off-brand Daenerys here, mocking you for wanting to push the boundaries of PC gaming, right? Off-brand Daenerys. I like that. Pat myself on the back for that one. Let's go.
Bang got it. Yeah, so as video games go, Star Citizen is a beast.
It has raised more money than any other video game in crowdfunding history.
That is
It's
true.
not even close, really. Backers of the space exploration extravaganza have ponied up more than $288 million, putting it up there with some of the most expensive video games ever made, crowdfunded or
Okay, asterisks there. 288 million or 300 million number. 225 million being raised by backing 45 million from an investor. I'm not sure where they gained 300 million from, but that's not really too much of a big deal. Let's go on.
not.
Sorry, I needed to yawn. I tried to suppress it, but it didn't work.
You mean looking at
She's cute. Off-brand Daenerys is definitely cute. I can see why they put her on the show. She seems like a lot of fun to hang out with.
PNGs of spaceships is not
Video's a bit low in sound. All right, let's try this. Desktop audio. How's this?
exciting and worth $1,500?
And despite the fact
Okay, we missed what he
that
said.
it's been in
PNGs of space or not.
Sorry, I needed to.
How's that? Bit better? Make video a bit louder. Okay, I did. Michael H. is 48. What an old fart. That's a good pause face. No, come on, she is cute.
Yawn. I tried to suppress it, but it didn't work.
You mean looking at PNGs of spaceships is not exciting and
Looking at PNGs of spaceships is not exciting. What a doofus. These are JPEGs. We are looking at JPEGs of spaceships. There's no PNGs in that. He couldn't even get that right. We like looking at JPEGs.
worth $1,500?
And despite the fact that it's been in development since 2011, the wild.
Despite the fact that Star Citizen has been developed in 2011. All right, we're not even a minute in. Where are we? We're 56 seconds in. How many things they miss up on? What? In 56 seconds. Star Citizen has been developed since 2011? That's strange. I never knew about that. I guess I'm learning something new today, too.
Wildly ambitious game doesn't have a release date.
It doesn't have a release date, but Squadron 42 does have a beta release date, but I mean, that doesn't matter much.
Doesn't even have a beta. It's only got a couple planets, some moons, and an asteroid.
All right, look, she's not wrong. The game does have a couple planets, a moon, and a potato asteroid. Do I look like her? If I had a wig? I think I could. Now, the couple of moons, the planet and the asteroid, have more polygons in them than the next 10 games put together. Look, the quality of the planets and the moons the asteroid have created, there's nothing close that comes to it just what they've created now. And I know it's kind of weird talking about just the platform they've made in which this game will exist, but they have to build the environment first before we can have the game loops. Once the game loops are in, we're a lot closer to a really good game. But at the moment, yeah, she's right. I mean, it is just a couple planets and moon. But look at those couple of planets and moon. Look at ARCORP. Look at what these planets are made from. Look at Hurston. There's no other game which has what this game has. So it's easy to pass it off. I mean, if she had played Star Citizen, her tone would be a little different. But again, they haven't played this game. They're simply reading the script, right? Montoya look far better than her. Why, thank you. You know, I've been considering getting a hair transplant and just getting my hair white like hers and down to my shoulders, maybe. We can do that, right? Yeah? Mark saying, just on that statement alone, I'm done. Mark, no, again, she's reading the script. Someone who wrote the script said Star Citizen 2011. You can't blame her, right? So, okay, 56 seconds of wrong information so far, but let's go on. Feel dirty just watching this crap. Wait, there's more to come. I bet you change your words if Attitude CAG hired her. Yeah, no, I think she gets paid enough for this. I mean, 1.4 million subscribers. I think they probably do okay. Not much, but let's go on.
It's kind of playable. Sort of. You can download it. But here's the really bad news.
Why am I so dark now? Okay, let me fix my camera. Hi. Okay. Bye, Ninja Girl. You want to say hello to everyone? Nope. No, you have to. You have to. Here's the camera. Here's the camera. Hi, everyone. Okay.
You're back.
Okay.
He's upstairs.
Yes, all right. Let me just. fix the lighting again. Now it's cloudy. How's that? Check 1, 2. Okay. Color's back. Slaughter saying, who needs hair? Absolutely right, Slaughter. My hair's getting real long, though. I've got to buzz it again. Advanced humans have no need for hair. We have hats. Well, let's continue.
According to a recent report from Forbes this month, the game might not ever be ready to play, and it gets worse.
You know, conjecture. For Forbes to say that the game won't be ever... How can the author, I forget his name even, how can he say with full confidence that the game will never be ready to play? He cannot. He made that up. That's made up. Because if you look at the current trend, at the advancement they're having now, at the roadmap, how they're meeting the goals they've set up in the roadmap, the game is definitely coming along. But to claim that A, the game will never be made, and B, they're going to be running out of money, which is what Forbes said also, you know, it's a lot of scaremongering tactics, and the scaremongering has failed because funding still continues. And we're at the end of the month now, so tomorrow we'll see how this month is done. But I guarantee this month again, $2.5 to $3 million. So the Forbes article at the end of the day did nothing, right? Mark's taking a bath after this. No, Mark. Stay with us. Hello, Black Dream Hunk 2. Black Dream Hunk 2? What happened to Black Dream Hunk 1? Was that name taken? I'm curious to know. No, let's continue.
Worse, doesn't it, Brian?
Yeah, they might be out of money, too. They might have...
There we go. They might be out of money. All right. Now, here's the thing about that comment about... okay, we a minute 18 in. Oh, God. The thing about being out of money. Wait, did they go on about that?
Gone through $288 million.
How did this happen?
They might have...
To play, and it gets worse, doesn't it, Brian?
Yeah, they might be out of money, too. They might have gone through $288 million.
How did this happen?
They might be out of money, too. They've blown through $288 million. All right. So here's the thing. And in my video on the Forbes article, I said that technically he's correct. I said these numbers are not wrong. They have gone through the money, and they only have $14 million left. But the thing is, with the Forbes article, the author wanted to push a narrative, and he cherry-picked and basically twisted facts around to suit the narrative that the game is a fraud without calling it a fraud, right? And for those of you new to the channel possibly and just want to hear how that is wrong, it is not wrong that they have gone through the money. But let me give you an example. Let's say you make $50,000 a year. At the end of the year, after you've paid your mortgage, your insurance, tuition, food, you're left with $5,000 at the end of the year in your savings, right? So you made $50,000 that year. The following year, you made $50,000 again. And the following year, $50,000 again. And after 10 years, you have $500,000. You should have $500,000, but you've blown through it because you've had expenses. You had to pay the mortgage, you had to buy food, your wife wanted a diamond necklace and a patio set. You've blown through it, and you've only managed to save $5,000 a year. So would it be right of me to say that you have blown through $500,000 and only have $50,000 in the bank after 10 years? Technically, that is correct. So when they say in Forbes that they've blown through $220 million and only have $14 million in the bank, technically correct. But the money that comes in is used to pay things like the developers who need salaries. So it's essentially taking something which is true, twisting it around to make it sound like it's something bad. But again, to Denarius here and the Chin, all they hear is there's a Kickstarter. They raised $300 million. They've blown through it. There's no money left, and the game won't be made. And, you know, it's frustrating in the sense that that is all factually incorrect. Well, let's go on.
Oh, were you waiting for me?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a question to you. Yes.
He's a hero.
Well,
you can't see her looking at you? Come on.
well, to answer
5K
that,
goes
we
to Star
first have to
Wars.
look at who is in charge, and that would be Chris Roberts, the famed developer behind games like...
Okay, so here we go, how Chris Roberts is just a failure at everything. I've got something to say about failures in the past. Let's just hear
Wing
him
Commander. Star Citizen is his baby, and it's his big return to video games after a not very successful try at making movies in Hollywood.
All right, the thing about entrepreneurs and the thing about successful business people, and the reason why you see business people often being praised as being geniuses and being so smart is that they took a risk and they tried something. And behind every successful business, there's at least 10, 20 failed businesses. Any of you who are involved in the, who have made your own companies or entrepreneurs yourself, you know how many times you failed. And then if you tried 10 times and the 11th time you've tried something and it succeeds, everyone goes, oh, what a wonderful businessman. So smart. Look how successful he is. Amazing. And everyone applauds and says you're a genius. But it's got to be a fluke. I mean, not everyone's going to be a Zuckerberg with Facebook, where the first thing you try is going to succeed. I'm thinking in real life, the people I know who've had real life success in businesses, they've had 4, 5, 6 failures, but they've kept on trying to find opportunities, and then the one hits, and then successful one. So look at any entrepreneur and look at his history. There's going to be a whole bunch of failures. Because if it wasn't a failure, he wouldn't be where he was. Who was it that, was it Oprah? I'm terrible with this, but go check up Oprah's history, because Oprah failed at some shit. And then she ended up becoming Oprah, what she does now, but she failed at a whole bunch of stuff before she got there. And it's true of any business, and that there's going to be failures. But the thing is, the lessons you learn from the failures of the past is what's important in producing something in the future. So has Chris Roberts succeeded now with Star Citizen? Well, it hasn't released yet. But in terms of making himself wealthy, listen, he's on the cusp of being very wealthy when this game comes out. When Squadron 42 releases, at least, he'll get some good cash flow coming in. And all his previous, can you call them failures? I mean, he did were these movies profitable? Someone check on that for me and see if his movies were profitable or not. I'm not sure. But to look at someone's past and say, look how much they failed as an indicator of the possible future success is wrong. Because as I said, almost every single entrepreneur I know has had lots of failures, and they kept on trying until they hit it big. Fail to succeed. Yeah.
We'll get into all of it. Basically, today we're going to tell you about the whole narrative and try and figure out if there's a path to victory for Star Citizen.
You never, spoiler alert, they didn't try to figure out if there's a path to success for Star Citizen. I know I said that in. Maybe they cut it out.
It even exists anymore. So let's get into it. There are a lot of interesting things about Star Citizen other than its budget. For one, its publisher, Cloud Imperium Games, is structured very differently than a traditional game development studio.
Okay, they're going to go on here how CIG is different in the sense that they have no publisher. And this baffles me. Because you don't have to look far to gauge what the mentality or what people feel about EA as a publisher. Nobody wants EA as a publisher. Or gamers don't want it, because we know what it leads to. The loot boxes, the paying $110 for Battlefront. We know the shit that comes out of EA. And so for them, who are kind of journalists representing gamers apparently, to say that, oh, that's non-traditional, they don't have a publisher, but they need a publisher to get this done, it's ridiculous. It really is.
Basically, unlike every other game with a budget this size, there is no publisher involved. There are no corporate overlords counting paperclips, and no EAs ready to shut everything down at a moment's
Which
notice.
is good, right?
I mean, that's an awfully nice narrative to sell people, but I think now we're starting to see the consequence of that.
What's the consequence of it? Well, the consequence of it is they're creating a game which is pushing the boundaries of the PC graphics. I mean, my current PC struggles with it. It's not even built for this generation. Well, if you've got a 28 Ti, you're running fine. But this is exactly the kind of game that the gaming community needs. A game which comes along once every 10 years and pushes the boundaries, like Crysis did. Remember, what's that meme? Can I run Crysis? It's true, because when I tried writing Crysis on my first computer, it's a slideshow. It was terrible. But Crysis set the standard. Go, this is what graphics can look like. And although you cannot run Crysis right now, believe me, it'll be tremendous in the future. In the future, Crysis will run beautifully. As Star Citizen is right now, it just runs badly on my 970. 40 to 50 FPS, it's not the best. But they aren't building Star Citizen to run on my 4-year-old GPU right now. They're making Star Citizen to run on the 2080, which will be a standard card when that comes out, right? Pretend journalists, yeah. August, bear with me here. No, don't leave. It only gets better.
Forbes described Cloud Imperium Games this way, quote, creatives are in charge here, not profit-driven bean counters or deadline-enforcing suits.
I love where he's saying that's a bad thing, right? It's a bad thing that creators are in charge, because if they only had bean counters in there, it would be better.
That sounds amazing. We want that from all our video games, right?
I mean, if you want them to be finished, maybe not. That's the problem. This article went on to say that the decision-making process of Cloud Imperium Games is a tortured one, to say the least. What did they have to say about it?
Okay,
So it quoted.
now this part is not wrong. The decision-making process in Star Citizen was a tortured process, in that everything had to go through Chris Roberts. And to understand why this happened, I mean, you have to understand that CIG started off as a very small company with 12 people in it. And when there's 12 people in a company, and you're the head guy, you know exactly, I mean, they're working out of a basement office in the beginning, right? So there was an office there was Eric, the wingman Peterson there was Mr. Irving over there, and everything they did went past your desk and go, I like that, this is Chris Roberts. I like that, Sandy, stop staring at me. I like that, I don't like that. Everything went through Chris Roberts. And the problem was that CIG grew from 12 to 20 to 50, and Chris Roberts, I'm pretty sure, kept on running everything through him. And at some point, that had to change. Now, I don't know when it happened, probably around 2017, 2016, 17, I'm guessing, is when they realized we do have to change this. So this is not wrong, this is right.
David Jennison, who used to be Cloud Imperium's lead character artist before he quit, he complained that Chris Roberts frequently reversed approvals for the characters he was working on. And he actually wrote a letter to the company's HR department, and he said all the decisions for the character pipeline and approach have been made by Roberts. It
Yeah, look, not disagreeing with that. As I said, most likely that is what happened.
became clear this was a company-wide pattern. Chris Roberts dictates all.
So instead of a publisher, it's Chris Roberts just running everything.
How much of that is just like somebody's personality?
Okay. Again, no argument there. This was definitely a problem at CIG. And no doubt when the company started hitting 100, 200, 300 employees, they realized that this cannot continue. We cannot keep running everything past Chris Roberts. Chris Roberts needs to step aside and let people do things. Oh, guys, give me 1 sec. I've got my my little guy calling me. I'm going to mute. He needs PC help. Let's just wrap this up before I go and help him. But let's continue. Where was... I don't want to go through... I'm not going to torture you with every single thing. Okay, they talk about Chris Roberts' previous games. They talk about Lord of War a bit. What's this part? Here they talk about the funding a bit.
Stopped the practice, this scheme they used to raise this money, and then the fund's founder was sentenced to jail for tax fraud.
Oops.
But it did stress also that Roberts and Freyermuth were not implicated in it.
Okay, we've covered that in the article. Like, I don't know enough about what happened there. They got funding from someone. The person who was getting the funding was doing shady things. He went to jail for it. They were not implicated because, I mean, did Chris Roberts and Ortwin know there was a scheme going on to get money to them, or did they just want the money? Well, anyway, I mean, this went to court and they said not implicated, so
You can take
no
money
collusion.
that's like a couple of steps down the chain from something illegal that happened, and you cannot be implicated, but
Thanks,
you can know that it still happened. Anyway, there was some other weirdness with a woman named Sandy Gardner. She once allegedly invaded the home of Robert's ex-wife, Madison Peterson,
And the story about Chris Roberts, the quartering alt-right, everything alt-right. No, Francisco, no, Jeremy, I know Jeremy gets accused of being alt-right a lot. I mean, he does give a lot of the, he does rail against feminism a lot. But no, he's not. I wouldn't consider him alt-right at all. In fact, oh, you know what? I left a comment on his analysis of this video too. And I said his analysis was fair because, you know what? He just, all he did was essentially look what Forbes said. And he did attack Forbes on the whole part of them basically slurring on Sandy.
Peterson got a restraining order.
Yeah, Forbes reported that in a signed court.
Oh, and also, on the quartering, if you notice his comment section, which used to be strongly anti-Star Citizen, slowly, comments there are trending towards like, hey, no, you guys are wrong. It's not so bad. Like his own fan base is increasingly becoming more pro-Star Citizen. Nowhere close to 50-50. I'd say maybe 10-15% of his base are leaning towards it. That number is going to increase as the game gets closer and closer to actually releasing. When Squadron 42 comes out, I mean, you're going to see a big avalanche of opinions change and go, wow, this game is amazing. We were wrong. That's going to happen in time. But for the time being, having like 10% of your audience saying, hang on, guys, like this is actually okay. Star Citizen will be fine. It's a lot better than what it was a couple of years ago, right? Look, the quad ring's fine. Like, I like Jeremy too. I don't care much for the whole thing about feminism. Like, the stuff he goes on about doesn't affect my life. So I don't care about it. Like the whole, the Brie Larson and the Captain Marvel thing and toxic masculinity stuff, that has zero effect in my life. And so I don't pay much attention to it, and I don't tend to focus on it at all. So, but as far as gaming goes, I mean, I do like his gaming content.
Declaration. Roberts said Gardner had also visited Peterson's San Diego home.
Yeah, Chronicle of Chris, you're absolutely right. Like while look, a large majority of Jeremy's audience are still very much anti-Star Citizen, that tide will shift. That'll come in time as we get closer and closer, as we get more game loops in Star Citizen. That'll happen. So, no rush, it'll happen in time. And like, you know what? It's no one's job to try to convince people at this point. I've had that conversation. You know what? After we do this, let me go to my comment in Jeremy's section. I'll try to find it. And we'll take a look at what one guy was saying there.
And once tried to strangle him? He said in the declaration, I
Yeah,
believe that
strangling
if
is
she had a
good.
gun, she would have killed me. I believe that Miss Gardner is not emotionally stable.
So, what happened next? As you would expect, Roberts eventually married Gardner and co-founded Cloud Imperium Games with her.
What? Meanwhile,
Good jump cut there. Okay, this is the part of the Forbes article where he's trying to say, hey, the people running Star Citizen are insane. Let me prove to you how inept and insane the people running Star Citizen are, because she strangled him and he left his previous girlfriend for this girlfriend, and now they are all running a company together. So that was the goal of that. And, that had no place in the article. It made no sense as to reasonable people. Like, why would you put that in there other than just to try to paint it as just crazy people running the company?
Freyamuth, the German lawyer, is now vice chairman of Cloud Imperium. So yeah, weird group of people getting together.
No, Mick Angel, you're wrong. When the tide changes, he's too out of a job. Not at all. Look, these guys here are just reading a teleprompter. I have no doubt they're both very fun people to be with in real life. They're outgoing. They're exciting. He's very handsome. I think she's very cute. But it's not their job to try to dig in to understand exactly what's happening in Star Citizen. Their job is to read a teleprompter. So, I mean, don't blame them.
It's just passion, all right? We're just passionate out here, doing our thing. Okay, point is, the management of Star Citizen came from some sketchy backgrounds and not a whole lot of business success. Right, we're back on Star Citizen.
Not a whole lot of business success besides Chris Roberts selling Origin to Microsoft for how many $1 million? So you don't count that. But I guess he's referring more to recent, his film was not being extremely successful, probably. Let's go on.
The original version.
There is at least a brushed up version of the original System Shock out there if you want to play it. That UI is a
did I skip
anyway,
over
as
any-
for Star Citizen, it looks like it has taken feature creep to a whole new level. Mark Day, this is a producer on Wing Commander 4 from way back, who runs a company that worked on Star Citizen, described to Forbes how it all happened. What did he say, Brian?
So he said, he kind of described how features
You know what? It goes on and on and on. But you guys get the idea, right? Yeah. While I remember this, actually, let's go over to the quartering. I had a great back and forth with one of the guys in the quartering in the comment section. I gotta find it. Let me just take a look. Just give me a second here, guys. Okay, the quartering. What did your Star Citizen thumbnail look like? Here we go.
Needs to step aside.
Okay. Now, can I find my comment? Yes, I can. All right, this is looking good. Now, can I actually get the URL for that? Bear with me. I think this was a great exchange. Here we go. All right, I actually commented. I said it's pretty good. Look, he was fair. he criticized the personal attacks, but again, Jeremy is not a back of Star Citizen. He hasn't played it. What he knows about it is what he reads about it. And so he repeated some of the same things, that they've blown through the money. They only have this much money left. Again, that's not wrong, but like I explained, you make $50,000 a year and you use the money to pay for things. Have you blown through it? Blown through it implies you've wasted it. Star Citizen is not wasting it. They've actually made a game. But going down his comment section, this is where the real gold lies. Guess I should check my scroll, right? Here we go. So I watch you, the epitome of optimism. Mark, now listen, while I am very positive on Star Citizen, don't be fooled, all right? There's always the risk of failure. And none of us, doesn't matter how much you love Star Citizen, should be blind to that fact that there's always the possibility of failure. What can fail at this point? Well, if they stop making money, if people just stop backing, and if next month they make 1 million, and the month after that they only make 500,000, I would say, hey, red flag goes up, like there's definitely a problem here. But I'm comfortable with that risk. I'm comfortable with the money I've put in, that if this goes tits up tomorrow, you know what, it's not going to be the end of the world. But based upon everything I see, I'm comfortable still backing this game and to continue backing this game. Yeah, we have come a long way. We used to have just a hangar. So here's the comment thread from my comment. Let me find it. Hey, it's the cult leader himself. Absolutely. I love the cult comments. Definitely the cult of Test Squadron, right? Was this guy. Here we go. You've seen my channel. I try to justify $20,000 ship packages. Now, the thing is, when you read comments like this from this guy, Ryan Smith, you got to remember, or keep in mind, when you read a comment in the YouTube comment section, you think people are like you. Maybe they are logical. Maybe they've had education, perhaps. But we don't know if Ryan Smith is 12 years old or if he's 6 years old. We have no idea what this guy's done, right? So he's pretty upset with me because I justified a $20,000 ship package. And if you drill down, the real problem here is he sees this as a microtransaction in an existing game. Nobody buying a $20,000 ship package in Star Citizen is doing so because... Actually, why would they? The only people who buy a $20,000 ship package are people who are immensely wealthy and can afford it and can drop 20K. Now, I don't actually know anyone who's dropped 20K in one go. What happens is people have spent 1,000 this year, 2,000 the following year. They bought a Javelin, they bought an Idris. Now they've spent 12,000 over a couple of years. Then it came 15,000 and said, you know what? I've already spent $17,000 in Star Citizen, and there's a package here for 20. There's no package for 20, by the way. I think it's 27,000. What they did was, I'm going to buy this package to consolidate everything I've bought into a single package. They didn't come along with a blank check, write out $27,000 and give it. But that's digging in a bit deeper. And the thing is, most people don't care about digging in deeper. No, of course, they may release the Bengal carrier. Absolutely. Hey, if they put a Bengal carrier for 10K, I'm buying that. Where did they backpedal from 100 systems? Yeah, that's a long topic to discuss also. I've always given you pretty good argued comments. Thank you, Rick Bickhead. I appreciate that. You know, I'm just arguing from my point, and people are going, oh, you're so biased towards Star Citizen. Yes, bitch. I am biased to Star Citizen. I'm backing the game. Why is it being against Star Citizen is considered the neutral position? That's not the neutral position. The neutral position would be, I don't care. And then there's the people saying it's going to fail. And then it's okay for people to white knight and defend the game. That's fine too. Like, for people to be shocked that my bias is to support Star Citizen, I mean, that's laughable. I see no problem with that, as long as you can justify it properly. Now, this guy goes on and on about mismanagement, massive fund, negligent disregard for deadlines. He goes, like, he tosses everything in. And look, even in Jeremy's own chat, this guy's saying, go away, troll, all right? And you're seeing more and more of this. People people saying, no, like, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about. I skimmed through your rant joke. Lord Christ, exactly. And so there was so much wrong in what he said here. And the funny thing is, what the hell is this channel called? Inside Gaming. I don't want to pick on Mr. Smith here, but what Mr. Smith and Inside Gaming both did was totally preach against their own best self-interest. Nobody wants to have a publisher have full control over everything. We've seen what happens when publishers take control. When a publisher takes control, you end up with what EA is doing. Now, EA did backtrack in the whole Battlefront with the loot boxes and all that, but a publisher will always push as hard as possible to maximize the profits. And we as gamers, as a community as gamers, have come together and said, no, we don't want this. Like, don't pre-order. And we don't want loot boxes. And we don't want DLCs that cost $80. We want a finished full game in one package. All gamers can agree upon that. And now you have Star Citizen. And gamers with the means have come together and said, yes, we want what this game is doing. And we back it. The very same community that bitches about that is attacking them. And he says here, everything's terrible, end of the world, they're too stupid to have hired, they don't even have CPAs or financial advisors, they're greedy. What? Are you telling me that in all of CIG they don't have any financial advisors, they don't have any CFOs? This is all made up. This is all, he's making this up. That's wrong. That's wrong. They are greedy. They pay themselves way too much. What have they paid themselves? What has Chris Roberts paid? This is actually a good topic. What has Chris Roberts paid himself? I'm going to tell you this help with the computer. Yeah. What's up, VanQuest? So this is actually a good question. And I had someone actually mention a possible way to figure out what Chris Roberts could be paying himself. And if you recall, Chris Roberts was renting a place for $16,000 a month. So $16,000 a month. This is before he bought his house. $16,000 a month over 12 months. $192,000. Let's say $200,000 he paid in rent for the year. And I was talking to a guy, and we were just talking about what could Chris Roberts possibly be taking as a salary. And the typical number, if you are renting, hey, you guys who are renting right now, how much of your paycheck is rent? Typically, it should be 20 to 30% of your total paycheck if you want to play it safe, because you still have expenses after that. So assuming if Chris Roberts does fall into that same kind of category, that the average rent should be 20 to 30% of your average paycheck, it is not completely out of this world to assume that Chris Roberts is taking home $1 million a year. Is it? I think it's plausible. Is that a combined salary of Chris and Sandy? I don't know. But would it be completely out of the world to say that Chris Roberts is taking home $1 million a year? It's plausible. And if he's spending $200,000 on rent, that is possibly also right. So the question is, does he deserve? And I'm making this number up. It could be $500,000. It could be $200,000. I have no idea. But if he was taking a salary of $1 million a year, is that too much in light of him running a gaming studio with 537 employees? That's a debate in itself. Let me know, chat. What do you think? Is a salary of, say, $750,000 to $1 million wrong? Let me know. Just pulling numbers again. I don't know. It could be that his salary combined with Sandy could be $1 million. We don't know. But again, this guy's saying they're greedy. They're paying too much. You don't know what they're getting paid. We don't know. So again, making stuff up. And so he tossed so many factually incorrect claims in there. I couldn't really break them all down one by one. But one thing he did say was, he said that him having a GTX 1080 would have a hard time running this on low settings, which is incorrect because a 1080 Ti runs this game very nicely. On low settings, you're going to be getting massive frames. On high settings, it does very well. And so I said to him, if I can prove you wrong on one thing, would you be open to the belief that you are wrong on other things? And he didn't want to go for that. He backpedaled it. I mean, you guys can read through that. It's a long and boring argument. Did I respond again? Yes, I did. You know what? I hate these internet discussions. I broke down his facts as I could. He compared it to CD Projekt Red and Warhorse and Rockstar. I cleared it up for him again. And in the day, I said to him, you know, we can go on. Come visit me in Discord. Do you think he came? Nippin Pippin saying 1 million is a bit too much. Nippin, possibly. I don't know. Keep in mind where he lives. The cost of living in Malibu. If you're living South Carolina somewhere, $1 million a year, yeah, amazing. But if you live in California, live in Malibu, is $1 million for the CEO too much? It really depends, you know. Any of you guys live in Malibu? Let me know. What's an average salary like out there? Yeah, Mark, I've got a 1070 in my laptop over there. Star Citizen runs beautifully. That's not a problem. August saying close in the 500k range. Possibly. We don't know, August. But in any case, the challenge I put out to Mr. Smith there, and the challenge I put up many, many times, I said, guys, if you want to talk about this, if you want to have a rational discussion and understand why people are backing Star Citizen, drop by my Discord and we can talk. Or if you want, let's have a debate. I've offered guys I've argued with online, said, guys, I want to do a live stream. Come with me into a live stream and let's debate Star Citizen. Let's have a discussion about the Forbes article. Not one taker, not one single one of them responded and said, let's do this. Not one. And the truth is they don't want to do it because they don't have a leg to stand on. Not anymore. Again, if this was 2015, absolutely, they'd have a much better argument. But in 2019, they don't have a good argument anymore because Star Citizen is meeting its goals. And if people are confused, we're going to talk about the ship customization too. Here's the real question. If I was a journalist of any kind, and I read the Forbes article, and the Forbes article is saying they've run out of money, they've blown through the money, they have 14 million left, so looking good. People running out are crazy. My question would be, why is this happening? Why is it that yesterday they raised $65,000? Why is it that in January, February, March, and April, they raised $2.5 million every single month? Why are people, in light of what Forbes exposed, still giving them money? I would love to know why. They made $1 million the other week. Amazing. That is the real question. And if they bother to investigate further, they'll find the answers. But you know what? It doesn't fit the narrative. It's just everyone is against Star Citizen. Everyone wants to see the game fail because that's good headlines. And like I said, there's always an element of risk. And if I see this dipping down to 1,500,000 a month, then I'll go, hey, red flags, guys, there's real problems here. But we haven't seen it. And I've been saying this since the beginning. I'm saying when I see funding dry up, I'll get concerned. We haven't seen funding dry up. It just continues and continues. You drink, it is Friday, you know. I should grab a cool one from the fridge. Can I drink on live stream in YouTube? I'm not sure. I don't know if I want to risk it. So anyway, guys. Serial trolls lie to maintain continuous sunk cost fallacy. Look, fetus, they're not wrong. Sunk cost, absolutely. I'm not going to deny it. I've put money in. I want to see this continue. But if Star Citizen starts failing, if they start losing money every single month, like down to 1 million a month, 500 million a month, and I'm still backing it and I'm still supporting it, then absolutely, sunk cost fallacy 100%. But the fact is funding is continuing. Now, this funding isn't coming from me. I haven't put fresh money into this game in years, I want to say. I lie, I bought the motorcycle. But beyond that, I haven't put a fresh cent into this game in a long time. So it's not old backers still funding. There's new people still coming in. That's the thing. And once we see funding dry up, then people who still support Star Citizen, in light of funding drying up, absolute sunk cost fallacy. Absolutely. But, I don't know. You guys want to continue this video?
feature creep became a major problem at Star Citizen. He said, as the money rolled in, what I considered...
Okay, that's still going on.
To a question. Gamers love to criticize big publishers as soulless corporate suits who are obsessed with nothing but the bottom line, and if you're EA, royally screwing up the Star Wars license and closing down once great studios. But when it comes to a game like Star Citizen, which has clearly become the victim of massive
The more I watch her, the more I'm entranced.
Needs a publisher. Maybe it needs a parent.
They don't need a publisher,
what are you
Daenerys.
doing?
No. They don't need a publisher. The whole point behind... Didn't I just talk about this with Wingman's game, Descendant Studios? Descendant Studios went off and got a publisher. What happened? Thank you. Project tossed in the garbage. Once again, how many studios have been shut down by EA? It's a meme. It's a meme that EA buys studios and shut them down. So how can off-brand Daenerys here shake her fist and say Star Citizen needs a publisher? No! There's not one single person in the gaming community that goes, yes, you're right, Daenerys. You're right, they need a publisher. No one's saying that. The only person saying it is you. The only person saying that.
In there.
At some point, the player base should hold them accountable.
Yes, the player base holds them accountable every second of the day. It's open development.
Some of them have sued.
Theoretically, they are the publishers in this case, except that there aren't a whole lot of like actual contractual obligations there.
I think that's pretty
So
much
Cloud
all they have
Imperium
to
can
say.
just go, off. Here's the
Do they have a conclusion?
I mean, none of us like having a boss, but they do serve a purpose.
Again, there should be a boss, there should be someone there, there should be a publisher. No, you are so wrong. Does CD Projekt Red have a publisher? Does Rockstar have a publisher? The reason those games are awesome is because they self-publish. Anthem had a publisher. How well that go?
I remember seeing Chris Roberts' like presentation at GDC in like 2014, and then he was like, "We're gonna make something that no one else has made." So I get the perils of biting off a development scope that's.
Well, anyway, it goes on and on like that. But again, don't be mad at them. I mean, they're just reading a script. You don't expect them to know everything they know about Star Citizen. But again, you know, Star Citizen will prove itself in time. Oh, crap, I've been ignoring my own scroll. Let's see. Feature says he agrees with me completely. Well, thanks for brown-nosing there. Mark asks, how much would you say Star Citizen makes a year? How much do they have to pay employees? Do we have this? Yes, Mark, we do. We have this data right here. Well, actually, they had the financials out. 30 million is what they need every year to pay salaries. To cover their expenses, overheads, everything, they need 30 million. And I think they made 25 or 26 million last year. So they're actually operating at a loss, but because they have 14 million in reserves, every time they are short, they pull money out of the reserves. Vanquest says, I'm a bad YouTuber. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I am a bad YouTuber. You're right. Well, I'm aware of it at least, right? BioWare Mass Effect. You know what? I liked Mass Effect Andromeda. If you gave me Mass Effect Andromeda and told me it was a good game, well, I played it not long ago. I guess they fixed the bugs, but there were no bugs in my playthrough. It was actually pretty good. I understand there were a lot of bugs in Andromeda in the beginning. Anthem was such a... Anthem broke my heart, man. I really loved and I wanted to love Anthem. And I squeezed hours out of that. I'm saying, all right, they're going to come in and fix it. They're going to come in and fix it. And they didn't come in and fix it. And I haven't logged into Anthem in 2 months. It's been a while. But look, I hope they can save it somehow. I'm hopeful they will. Not holding my breath, though. Alayana left IGN for these guys. Oh, is that who she is? She left a large gaming journalist because she felt overworked, taking much and understanding creatively. Oh, okay. Interesting. So, guys, what do you think about ship customization? Who was it in chat? Who was it in Discord that says, Montoya, are you going to make a video about ship customizations? And I said, what the shit? You want me just to pull up the page and read it to you? Like, why do I have to make a video about it? Here it is, Q&A. You want me to read it to you? Will these customizations be available? Actually, Misfit, I did see that. They mentioned Elite Dangerous will have space legs. I'm very, very excited for Elite Dangerous to get space legs. When they bring that in, I'm going to hook up my Oculus Quest, apparently I can stream from the Oculus Quest, from Steam VR to the Quest. And I'm going to stand up from this chair and walk around the room. I don't know if, can you see my HOTAS over there? That's out of the picture. All right. The Warthog, sitting on my desk here. When you play VR in Elite Dangerous, hands down, best VR space sim experience anywhere. Best one. Rishi Shah, hello. How you doing, sir? No Man's Sky Beyond has been called No Man's Sky Online. I haven't kept track of No Man's Sky, but I know the people who are still playing No Man's Sky absolutely love it. The game wasn't for me, though. I just did not enjoy it. Bedtime stories with Montoya. Actually, I do read bedtime stories to my kid every night. We have the entire Star Wars. You guys got to see this. I don't have it yet, do I? We have a bunch of Star Wars books which we read him. There's a level 1, level 2, level 3. So very nice. BB-8 makes a friend. Poe and Finn escape. Like all these little stories from the most recent Star Wars. A lot of fun. I'll bring one down and read to you guys. So yeah, ship customizations. CIG can cash flow, offering limited shares to backers. Oh yeah, Carl Brecken. If CIG opens up shares to be sold to backers, I will go into that. I will go all into that because I have faith, very, very strong faith that this game will be very successful. But again, I don't think they're considering anything of that. I mean, the only investors they have are private investors at the moment. Okay, controversy over customization. This is a good topic. Rather than me read this to you guys, because I know you guys can read yourselves, right? Let's talk about the monetization and possible fallout from that. How's that for a topic, right? Mike Field says he'll buy concept DLC alphas for expansions for Star Citizen for years. Yeah, you know what? That's actually a topic for discussion there, Mike, as in how will they continue funding? Once the game is out, once everyone's bought the game, will microtransactions be enough to provide salaries for all the employees? And that is something I don't know about. Subscriptions, I feel, will be something, even though they said no, I strongly feel subscriptions will be something in this game. I don't know if microtransactions will be enough to fuel it continually. But if there are DLCs... But Chris Roberts said no DLCs. But then again, he said a lot of shit early on. So I don't know. But if there are DLCs, yeah, we have no choice but to buy into those, right?
Bus is just getting to the school now.
How come it's so late?
I don't know. It's a good thing I picked her up.
Yeah. Oh, you want to see the Star Wars books? I can go up and grab one. Poe and Finn are close friends? Listen, if they go back to Jakku, they die, right? Squadron 42 make more of an immediate impact on the value of the shares. Here's the thing, Osh Ren. How many people are going to buy Squadron 42? Listen, the sci-fi community that would be interested in this game, I think, are largely already involved in this. This is my concern. If Squadron 42 launches tomorrow, I know plenty of people who are waiting to see. They have a wait-and-see attitude. I know if I can count all the people I know, my neighbors who game around me, none of them are backing this game yet because they want to see a finished product. Absolutely, that's fine. But how many people will rush out and buy Squadron 42 as a game that are not already in? 100,000, 150,000, 200,000. I'm not sure what the number is. I'm very curious to see on launch day what they do manage to sell. Not only that, but the game has to be easily playable, which is a previous video I made about the auto gimbaling and the auto aim in the game. So important because a lot of people are not into combat. And they'll want to play Squadron 42 for the storyline, not for the amazing combat in the game. So you got to make the combat as easy as possible. Yeah, Rick Bay, you're correct. Squadron 42 is the vehicle, the single-player part of the game, which is going to fund the rest of the universe. Mick Angel saying that they have the option to make other games with the engine. Yes. Wouldn't it be awesome to have a Star Wars game made with this engine? I'm really hoping that one day it does go that way. I mean, flying across the system, landing on a planet the way we do in Star Citizen, but in Star Wars, that would be awesome. Yeah. How many people are into watching Mark Hamill? Actually, you know what? I closed it. Okay, there was a comment here by this guy's freaking out. He goes, why did you have to pay? Let me find. You raise a point there, which I want to follow up on. A cult, yes, we get it. Prove me wrong. I proved you wrong. I invited you to Discord. You wanted to come even. Okay. Oh man, the much of nonsense being spoken about there. Okay, I can't find it now, but he went on, that guy, to talk about why do they need to hire Mark Hamill and Mark Strong and all these guys? Why pay these guys to make your game? You'd have to spend those millions. Here's a realization that most people don't realize. Now look at Death Stranding, great example. What's his name in Death Stranding? Crap, from Walking Dead. What's his name? Don't make me look it up. It's on the tip of my tongue. By the time the scroll gives my answer, it'll be too late. Let me punch us up. Death Stranding. Norman Reedus. All right. Take a look at the press. This is on a topic of Mark Hamill being a Star Citizen. Take a look at the amount of press that Death Stranding is getting. You have Norman Reedus in it. Mads Mikkelsen. You know what? Let me punch this up for you. Death Stranding. I want to make a point here. Here we go. All right. On the topic of Star Citizen getting all these stars to be in the game. Why? Isn't that a waste, a massive, massive waste of money? How much did we pay Mark Hamill? I'm going to pull up the cost for Star Citizen too. But before we get there, all right, in Death Stranding, Norman Reedus, Mads Mikkelsen, okay, Margaret Qualley, Guillermo del Toro. He's not a cost. Is he in the game? Is he? I don't know. Okay, well, some big names in there. Look at all the press that Death Stranding has received over the past couple of days. All right? Pull up news. The Verge, The Independent, GameSpot, IGN, all these UPI, all these Engadget, all these publications talking about Death Stranding. Why are they talking about Death Stranding? Because there's a lot of big names in there. Every single publication out there that follows any kind of celebrities is going to be talking about, hey, Norman Reedus, you remember that guy from Walking Dead? He's in the game. Free press. Free press for the game. Now, Star Citizen cost. Gary Oldman, Mark Hamill, Mark Strong, John Rhys Davis, Liam Cunningham, The Onion Knight, Gillian Anderson, Andy Serkis. Just some of them. How many millions did CIG pay these guys to be in this game? I don't know. I don't have the number. Can we say Gary Oldman got 5 million? Mark Hamill, because he's friends with Chris Roberts, maybe he got 2 or 3 million. Mark Strong, 1 million. John Rhys Davis doesn't act much these days. Did he get 500,000, a million? Liam Cunningham, $250,000, $300,000. Gillian Anderson, 500,000, maybe a million. Andy Serkis definitely must have taken home 2, 3, 4, 5 million. Let's say they spent $30 million in paying all these guys. I'm pulling numbers here. If you guys have some other figures, let me know. Why did Star Citizen spend all this money getting all these guys in the game? The answer is right in front of us. Because if you look at most expensive video game, okay, marketing costs of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, $200 million to market the game. Grand Theft Auto 5, $128 million to market the game. Now that's an awesome game. Grand Theft Auto, the game which is still like in the top 3 on Twitch right now. They had to spend almost as much money marketing the game as they did making the game. It is very, very expensive to market games. Destiny, $140 million. It is very expensive to market a game. So does Star Citizen, does CIG have $100 million to market this game? The answer is no, they don't have $100 million. But what they do have is Gary Oldman, Mark Hamill, Mark Strong, Liam Cunningham, Andy Serkis, all these headliners in the game. So when Star Citizen with Squadron 42 does launch, how much free press will they get? Chat, tell me. How many millions of dollars of free press will Squadron 42 get because these guys are in it, right? I mean, the reason why Trump did so well in the previous election cycle was that every single news station could not resist showing what he did. He would do crazy stuff on purpose. He would call people names on purpose. Little Marco Rubio, like all the names he made for people. And they go, did you hear what Trump called Marco Rubio? Oh my God. Free press. Trump got billions in free press. That's exactly the same kind of thing. You put Gary Oldman and Mark Hamill and Andy Serkis in a game, you are saving yourselves millions and millions of dollars in advertising, because when Squadron 42 comes out, it's going to be plastered everywhere. Not because CIG is paying someone, but because everyone wants to know why Mark Hamill is in this game. So, is that a smart thing to do? Initially, I thought that's ridiculous that all these guys are going to be in the game. Well, how many millions? Why are you doing this? But when you realize that Destiny had to spend $140 million to market, okay, so maybe spending 30, 40 million to get all these guys in your game is not so bad based upon all the free press you know you're going to get. You know that every single TV station, every single publication is going to be talking about Squadron 42 because these guys are in it. So that's why I think that pays off. I think it definitely will play off. Well, holy crap, 4:30. All right, guys. I got to start getting my day wrapped up over here. But if you're new to the channel, welcome. Good to have you join us. And please drop down, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe also. Let's wrap this up here. Any questions in closing? I'm not reading my scroll. Should I be reading my scroll? I'm terrible at this. Superman did it for free? Did he? No, everyone got paid. I doubt he did it for free. Chris Roberts have to sell Star Citizen to Disney. Can you imagine if Disney comes in as an investor to CIG? That would be awesome. I'd love to see a Star Wars game made in this engine. No such thing as negative publicity. Absolutely, Chris. Serkis also had a business arrangement with CIG regarding cross-pollination of his mocap studio. Oh, really? Fetus, that is interesting. Okay. I was not aware of that. I did not know that Andy Serkis had a mocap studio. That would be interesting. I have a question. Can I subscribe? No, you cannot. Sorry, Chris. One for all. Well, guys, thank you for dropping in. That was a lot of fun. Mark, my pleasure. Thank you for dropping in. I appreciate it. Yeah, I gotta start getting some dinner going. The kids are home. They're also running around, so it's going to be loud in a bit. But yes, I do want to start doing these more regular. I keep on saying I want to do them on Fridays and weekends. Hey, you know what? If Sunday's okay, maybe we'll do a Sunday show also, right? I wouldn't even talk about the ship customization. Well, forget that. You know what? Go to Board Gamer for that. Exactly, Chris. I want Disney to back Star Citizen so we can make a Star Wars game. Yeah, absolutely. Let's screw it up. You know, Nip and Pippin. Yeah, Nip and Pippin. On the topic of Disney screwing up Star Wars, let me tell you this. You're probably an older guy. My kids absolutely love the most recent Star Wars. And the people who don't like the recent Star Wars movies are most likely people who remember the old ones as being the best ones. And there's nothing which is ever going to replace the old one. Like the original Matrix, the first Matrix. No Matrix after that would have been better than the first one. It's done. So the first Star Wars, the first three Star Wars, there's nothing which is ever going to trump that. There's nothing which is ever going to beat that. All right. So every single Star Wars just follows. People go, oh, Jar Jar Binks is stupid. Oh, Rey is so stupid. How can Rey have power? My kids love Rey, all right? The younger generation loves the new ones. It's us older guys that are stuck in the past about that. Anyway, guys, Thanks for dropping in. I appreciate it. It's good hanging out with everyone. I'll definitely do Arcane Workshop. Thank you for dropping in. I appreciate it. We'll do more of these. And definitely, once we start playing Star Citizen a lot more, I'll be a lot more active in there. We'll be talking about things happening in organizations, between organizations. We'll be fighting each other. It'll be a lot of fun. So thanks, guys. Subscribe. Your comments below. Appreciated. Whatever I sign off with usually. Animatrix was awesome, Misfit. I loved Animatrix. Very good. Yeah. Yep. More videos on aftermarket electric riding cars. Yes, Rick. We actually do have to put engines into my kid's new car. We may actually do that. Yeah. Yeah, Chris, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, good night, guys. Laila Tov, Achi. Oh, you too. Oh, Chris, by the way, if Anthem does ever get fixed up, we'll be back in there, right? Enjoy your weekend too. And Jar Jar Binks is a Sith Lord. Absolutely. All right. Take care, guys. Catch you next time. End stream now. There we go. Stream is over. Oh, now just to scratch myself and pick my nose. Oh, I'm still streaming.